Good day, readers and viewers of Embassy Direct, once again in this celebration of Women's Month in South Africa. Today, we're going to dedicate to a special field in which woman is actually playing an important role, especially in this also a month of the Olympics in Paris. We are in the pleasant company today of Louise Bentley. Hello, Louise, how are you?
Fine, and you, Rodrigo. Thank you so much for having me here today. Thank you.
Yes. So Louise is actually a dynamic lady in the field of what is known as Iron Man, which I actually disagree a little bit with the title. We should call it actually Iron People. We shouldn't put gender to such a thing because it's an activity where everyone participates. So, Louis, why don't you walk us first a bit on your path, both professional and in sport life?
So I think in a sports sphere, because I think that started much earlier than when I started working, I've always had a passion for sport and outdoors, and I come from a competitive swim background in my school days. And the love for outdoor and sport has literally just grown throughout my life, and my passion for health and fitness and the whole concept of nature over nurture, because I think a lot of us are exposed to a lot of hereditary diseases in our families, and seeing both my parents and having lost family members to hereditary diseases, I'm a strong believer in taking control of your life. And if you can be fit and healthy and almost try change yourself genetically to the best of your ability, then why not? And somehow along the way, I think a lot of people will think that I've lost my mind and sanity completely, that I ended up cycling and running and then putting all three of the sports together and signing up for my first full Ironman. I know it's a bit crazy. I went half Ironman, full Ironman, and then I've just gone the long haul for the last 8 to 10 years. And once that bug is bitten, you just find the most incredible, inspirational people that are really uplifting. It's an amazing community of like-minded people that are passionate about health, fitness. They're all generally professionals, they're trailblazers in industry. So it's just such a great community to be around in terms of positive, like-minded people. And it's amazing how that positive energy sort of snowballs. The more you're around that, the more positivity and healthy you feel in your life when you're surrounded by people like that. And going into my professional career, I actually found that the more sport that I do, it actually really uplifts and makes me feel even more confident in my work career. So I started off in the residential high-end luxury property industry, and have worked across numerous of the top golf courses and residential estates. And for the last 3.5 years now, I've been with Steyn City. So Rodrigo, I'm loving your hat that you're wearing today because you're proudly representing as well. And it's one of the top estates in the world, luxury estates. And super, super proud to be part of the company that also believes in health and fitness and also has a passion for the triathlon industry, which is really amazing.
Yep. It's important when you mention about all these things within your personal life and related to sport, because one of the things that I first gathered from South Africa when I first landed in your country was the fact of the role that sports play in the life of the South Africans. Being rugby, being any being golf, being any way of active participation, being on teams or being individually, people being a member of a gym and training and keeping themselves healthy. Actually, South Africa is a place that allows you to all this because it has a very friendly weather. I think that when people ask me what would be my ideal place in the world, I say always it would be a mixture of Singapore and South Africa,
Yeah.
where you get like excellency in a good weather, plus the fact that South Africa allows you to access to so many healthy food. You know,
Mm.
you are main producer of fruits and vegetables and all kinds of meats.
Mm.
So you have it all. So I think that from a sports person's point of view, South Africa would be the ideal place to be born in or a
Mm.
place to move to. What do you think about this?
I agree with you 100% because I mean, if I can tell you, so I'm busy training for Ironman World Championship now. I'm 6 weeks away from racing in Nice, France. And a typical weekend for me, Saturday, I spent 6 hours outside cycling, and then I had to run an hour off the bike. So I literally left my house at 20 past 7 in the morning, and I finished training at 20 past 3 in the afternoon. And along the way, you'll actually laugh. I sometimes stop at these like little roadside cafes and I get a cool drink and I buy a banana, and you might run out of fuel along the way. I'm outdoors in the maybe windy August weather, but sun on my back. I'm out training. There's other friendly cyclists and runners out there, and I'm able to just stop and buy a water or Coke and then a banana whilst I'm out training. So I think it has a massive, not just physiological impact on you, but mentally and emotionally. It's so stimulating, and it keeps you in such a positive state of mind, being able to go outside and have the sunshine on you and meet like-minded athletes at the same time. So I think it builds a massive community, the weather that we have, to be able to train outdoors.
Yep. And well, this month we celebrate a Women's Month, and we just ended the Olympics recently. One interesting factor this time in the Olympics was the amount of women that participated, and not only participated, but the amount of women that are taking back gold medals, silver medals, bronze medals. I am very proud from my side in my country. Actually, they got the silver category for one of the boxing,
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
female boxing. But I saw also that South Africa was also very active and brought back some medals. I think, if you correct me if I'm not wrong, I think at least one woman took a medal back home.
Yes, that's correct. So Tatiana Schumacher, well, Smith now, and she's actually married to Sia Kolisi's brother-in-law. So it's quite a small community as well. But Tatiana Schumacher, she was the first to get our gold medal in the breaststroke swimming. And then she took a silver medal as well. And then our track guys also did super, super well. The guys won the 4x100 meter relay. They came second, so they got a silver. And then I think there was quite a few other medals that were also won from the long jump, high jump, but I think it was very, very successful.
Yeah, you mentioned Khaleesi just now, someone that really started, with a lot of effort, and look where he has reached. What would be your message at this point for girls who are also trying to find their space in sports, being in athleticism, being in swimming, or any other form, even golf, or any other form of sports? What would be your motivational words for these girls all across South Africa?
That is a very, very good question, Rodrigo. And I think I just have to answer it how I would want someone to speak to me as a younger athlete, is that I think, especially today, because there's so much going on social media and they're exposed to a lot of content, and that's positive and negative content across the board. And I think the challenge today with that is that and it can be a man or a woman, but speaking specifically to younger women, is that you're constantly comparing yourself to everyone else, what they're doing, how they're training, what they look like, where you should be. There's always this massive comparison and thinking that you're inadequate, you're not good enough. And I think my biggest advice to any young woman now in sport would be to be authentic to yourself, stay true to yourself, and remember your why. Why do you want to do it? Why do you have a passion for doing this? And yes, it is necessary to look around you and say, what do I need to do to succeed in this sport? Because consistency is key. No matter what, there's no shortcuts in achievements at the end of the day. Whether you have talent, you still have to do the hard work. But be authentic to yourself. Don't get lost in all the noise trying to be like someone else or a version of someone else, and just remember what your why is. So, I mean, I know like Tatiana, for example, she's a Christian woman. Her why is she's doing it for a greater purpose. She's got a passion for the sport and she loves what she's doing. I've also got my why. I can say that I'm also a Christian, but at the same time, mine is about upliftment, mentoring, and encouraging people and women specifically to take control of their health and their fitness. And that's what I do on a daily basis. So I would just say, be authentic and remember your why, and try not to get caught up in the noise of comparing yourself to everyone else.
Thank you so much, Louise Bentley, for being with us today. We encourage you to continue your path in sports and professionally. And we hope that the rest of this Women's Month is one of professional and personal success.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you very much for having me. It's great to see you. Keep well.
Thanks.